can you give for advice to agents today?
Kim wrote the first policy the third week in November in 2019, so we have a little over 300 apps. If we stay on pace, by the time we get to 2 years, we'll have 400 apps. If we don't, it's because she's slacking. Rapid City, of all places, which is like 5 hours away, so I thought, well, we don't have anything else going on, so we drove out there, and it's kind of neat out there anyway, it's real pretty, so we did those, and then I thought, well, as long as we're here, let's call in a couple senior centers. So we did that, or senior living, and they were open arms to see us because they have to provide so many events for their tenants every week, and so they counted us as an event, and they put us in the lobby with a table, and we ended up writing 10 deals, went home for a week, wrote 2 more, went back for the last week of AEP and wrote another 10. So that was good, and then, so we go home and I called Larry. Larry is that's our upline that Jeff put us under, and they said, now what can we sell? And he goes, well, nothing until January. I'm like, what? So, like, okay, I guess we better figure out what we can do. So, well, okay, so they have to be turning 65, so okay, we tried that. And we talked to a few people, and they all got like 8 to 10 pieces of paper, and that didn't sound very good. So the other thing that we could write was people that got out of incarceration, and we know a few people in prison, but not enough to make a living on it. So from there we went to the LIS, or the low-income subsidies, and that's kind of what we've been doing ever since.
That's who we related to. Very well. Very, very well.
So I was like, okay, well, where do they hang out? So we started doing the low-income properties, and that was working out pretty good, and then COVID came along, and that shut that down. So Larry goes, what about a food pantry? So I don't know if anyone knows Larry, a few of you know him, but Larry has a history at United Healthcare. He's a pretty level-headed guy, but I have to tell you, when he said food pantry, go to a food pantry and write a policy, I thought he was nothing fuss. But we tried it, and I started calling around to some food banks, and some said, no, we won't let you come in. Other ones said they would, and honestly, it's worked really well. What else?
Basically, what we've done is we've really gotten good relationships with the people who sponsor the food, and they're not only food banks; they're food giveaways. So a lot of these are sponsored by church. The one that we deal with every single Friday in our community handles about 800 to 1,000, and where we come from, the population is pretty sparse. So, and it's 800 to 1,000 people every single Friday. Wow. So by us befriending the people who give it away, we became part of almost their staff. So part of what we do is you have to sign up. So each car has to sign up. Then they have to give their name, their address, and make sure that they're located in the county in which the food is given away. So Roger and I become greeters and taking down the names and addresses of the people in the line. Bingo is our end to talk to every single person in that line. So and so then we then jot down their information. We talk about just strike up a conversation with them, you know, and so it's opened up the doors for a lot of people who are on disability, who are on low income housing, the referral system. And one of the common threads that I've seen with people talking is the empathy or the truly caring. I used to do home loans for like 17 years. I loved what I did. This is by far my most enjoyable job. I love meeting the people. I love helping the senior citizens of our communities. You know, just establishing that rapport, I absolutely love it. You know, it's one thing to say that you work 7 days a week. I love working 7 days a week. It's just something we do. Thank goodness we have 2 offices in our house. Roger's on one floor, I'm on another. That's what saved our marriage. But that's really how we get that interaction with those people is by becoming really good friends with the people who are responsible for putting on these food giveaways. We have other events too that Feeding South Dakota is a big one. They're in all the small communities. You may only have 30 cars in that, but you know what? We get to talk to every single one of those cars.
But we go to Walmart, and for $9 you can get a great big bag of Tootsie Rolls, and we give everybody a Tootsie Roll in that line. And you wouldn't believe, people will call us over to get Tootsie Rolls and say, hey, go hit that car, that's our friends. And you wouldn't believe such a little thing is such a big deal to them. There's 2 homeless shelters in Sioux Falls. They know us. When they get somebody in there, they will call us up and say, hey, can you help these people get on the extra help program? Can you help them get on Medicaid? And we'll come down and we'll do that. And a lot of them, they qualify for their Medicare because they're on disability. The other thing that's interesting about that food line, and you know, it gets cold up there, and it gets hot in the summer. We're there, we're sweating, we're cold, but we're there all the time. But the average age in there is probably around, of our customers, probably 55. They're not 65-year-olds. Because they're on disability. We have people that we find that line 20, 30 years old, a lot of 40 and 50-year-old people. Well, they're going to be on the books for a long time if we take care of them.
And then as far as our follow-up goes, we do a little bit of what everybody else is doing as far as some of the ideas, but we write a personal thank you note to each and every one of them. It's not put on our computer for a typed out envelope. It's a handwritten envelope, a handwritten thank you note, and the thank you note is a pretty good sized page of what we handwrite out to them. We also include a couple of extra business cards attached to a note that says, give these to your friends, family, whoever you know that might could use our services as well. And then we also include in there a magnet. And you'll be surprised at the number of homes we go back into or that are sitting there with, number one, our newsletter, which is wonderful, thank you, Kim. And then also our magnet on the refrigerators. So, and we definitely adopted, if people have not gotten one idea from every single person who's talked, you're losing it and you're not listening. Like, listening is a big key. The ideas are just swarming in my head right now. So I think these are some great ideas from everybody.
One of the other things that we did is we got a great big white button made up, and it says, ask me about no-cost Medicare insurance with red letters. And that's something that you have to get the people to talk to you, and that's what we do. But Nicole, do you have your face mask with you?
Yeah.
She has one, I think, even a better idea. It says, ask me about Medicare.
On her face mask.
On her face mask.
Yeah, I had these made when I did Walmart last AEP, so that way everyone walked through Walmart knew what I was there for, not a moonshot.
And that's why coming here, I mean, Kent had some good ideas. We're going to go home and get some eggs. And, you know, there's a lot of good ideas around here.
Are you enrolling them on site or later?
Good. That's a good question.
Great question.
No, we have a clipboard with us, and then we take down their information, and then we actually just use that little United Healthcare pad. We take down their information. On our clipboard is a calendar. We put them on a time slot that we're going to be either calling them or meeting them at their home. And if they say their home is messy, hey, don't disagree. We meet them at a coffee shop, trust me. But anyway, and then we have a slip of paper we fill out with the time that we're either going to be contacting. We give it to them along with the business card. So that's where Kim and I differ. We'll work an event together, but that's it. I have my leads, she has hers. Kim operates totally different from what I do. She calls them, she goes there, she cooks them breakfast, you know, reads their mail to them. I sit in my office in my underwear and take an application over the phone. I mean, 2 different styles, they both work.
Your paperwork system or your follow-up system has got to be meticulous.
We always use a Google Calendar, so I know what Kim has for appointments, she knows what I have appointments. If we schedule like an event or a presentation or anything like that, we always know by looking at the calendar.